Dan Illman, Mike Beer kicking off the graded stakes portion of the Woodbine Mile Saturday card with the Grade 3 Bold Venture Stakes. 6.5 furlongs on the Tapeta surface featuring the indomitable Pink Lloyd. If you can't make it to Woodbine on Saturday and you live in the Ontario area, no better place to visit than at Champions Off-Track Betting. You get all the excitement of the on-track action at one of over 50 off-track betting locations throughout Ontario. Head on over to Champions Off-Track Betting if you can't make it to the track. Let's meet the field for the Bold Venture Stakes. Pink Lloyd is 3-5 on the morning line. But before we get to Pink Lloyd, before we take the field in post-position order, I want to throw up the Timeform U.S. pace projector for this race. Pink Lloyd's very versatile. He might be slightly better when he's on the lead, but there is a very fast horse in this race named Yorkton, and I agree with Timeform U.S. Yorkton's making the lead here.
Yeah, I think he'll be on the front as well. I don't know that has to necessarily compromise Pink Lloyd. It just might not matter in this field, but he's not making the front this time.
Curlin's Honors coming out of the Grade 2 Play the King on the turf. This is a horse that cost $1.5 million. He's been a little bit of an underachiever, and he was the beaten favorite in the Play the King. He was in that race against Sable Island. We turn into the stretch, and Sable Island's on the rail. He's been contesting the pace, altering course off heels in the gold. On the far outside is Curlin's Honor. He's going to come with a pretty decent run before he gets a little bit drifty once he switches back to his left lead. I thought both of these horses ran okay. I do think Curlin's Honor might be slightly better on a synthetic surface, but Pink Lloyd handled him 4 back in the Jacques Cartier.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I'm still a fan of this horse. I agree with you that maybe he's a little better on synthetic. We'll find out. I actually feel like what he really wants to do is sprint, so I'm glad that they're finally they've decided to cut him back in distance. I think it's what he really wants. I don't know. He's not impossible in here. Obviously, he's got ground to make up on Pink Lloyd, but I'm using this horse.
And now the number 2, Pink Lloyd. He's 7 years old. He's won 21 of 26 starts for trainer Bob Tiller. And a lot of folks thought that Pink Lloyd had hit the wall towards the end of 2018, but he has won all 5 of his starts this year, including this performance at 1-10 in the Kenora Stakes, where he just got right up to a slow pace. He takes over right here, and I think he gets a little bit goofy once he makes the front. He's looking around. He drifts to his left lead. He drifts towards the rail. He was never in any danger of losing, and he's given 9 pounds and a beating to the runner-up Circle of Friends. I know you are not a weight guy at all. This guy's got a tote 128. They're putting the grandstand on him on Saturday.
I mean, I guess you got to do something. He just keeps beating these horses, so you got to try and make it at least a little fair. He was really impressive winning that race we just saw. He's just come back with a vengeance as a 7-year-old. I mean, he's just way the horse to beat in here.
Number 3, Tringale's won 3 out of his last 4 starts, 2 of those races over the Polytrack surface at Arlington, slightly different from the Tapeta he'll be racing over on Saturday at Woodbine. He's a horse with fine tactical speed. He beat a couple of next out winners, but his career best buyer's an 85. Pink Lloyd probably can run an 85 back. He can probably run an 85 backward.
Listen, he's won 2 of his last 3 starts. He's in good form right now, and he can get a good trip in this race, but he's got to take a big step forward.
We saw Sable Island's performance in the Play the King. He took a little bit of pressure on the backstretch before tiring. He's another horse, though, like the horse we discussed, Curlin's Honor. I think he's a better synthetic horse, and I think he can show some surprising speed, maybe tuck in second.
Yeah, he can't make the lead with that horse on the outside, but maybe he gets the right trip in here. I don't know. I like his recent races, Dan. I just feel like there are other ways to go in this race. He'll be a decent price, though.
Well, Kratos was a graded stakes winner at Woodbine as a 3-year-old, but he's only started twice this year at 4, once going 2 turns off of an extremely long layoff. I could give him that excuse. I thought he ran just fine last time out, going 7 furlongs. We turn into the stretch of that race, and Kratos has basically taken this thing over. He's the gray horse in the gold silks. He's had a nice stalking trip. He beats a couple of next out winners, including the 5th place finisher who came back to win with a 92 buyer. I like this horse's tactical speed, but he's just slow on paper compared to the big names.
I liked this win from him, and I do like him probably going shorter distances. You know, I sort of get the feeling we haven't seen his best race yet. I don't know if he's going to be able to improve enough to win this race, but I think he's going to take a step forward.
I've always been a fan of the 6 at Karen Road. He's 11 for 32 lifetime. He ran on the turf last time out in his second start of the year, and he wasn't embarrassed. Again, I think he's more of a synthetic horse than a turf horse, but his big win 4 starts back came with just a dream run where he saved ground, the rail opened up, and he shot on through. Pink Lloyd's had his number a couple of times, but he did win this race back in 2017.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to go back a couple years to get to his fastest win and his most prestigious win, too. I don't know if he's going to be able to run another race like that.
Yorkton, we mentioned, is the speed in this race, dropping out of a salty grade 1 on the turf, the Highlander, where he showed big early speed in a field that produced 2 next out winners. One of them, the runner-up, came back to win with a 98 buyer at Colonial Downs. But again, I think he is more of a synthetic horse, and the one time he took on Pink Lloyd this year, it was off of a layoff. You can give him the mulligan, perhaps, for that race, and he at least has some fast races. He won this race last year with a big number.
Yeah, I flirted with the idea of trying to beat Pink Lloyd with him just because I know he's going to be on the lead in here and he's got a race that would make him really tough. Coming back to synthetic is a great thing for him. I ultimately just put the favorite on top, but this horse is dangerous.
He's dangerous. Even the Curlin's Honor's dangerous, but it's just kind of a situation where I don't think I want to bet against Pink Lloyd in this race, so I'm going to make him my top pick, and he is your top pick as well as we take a look at our selections. I think Pink Lloyd gets it done again. The fans will be real happy if he does. I go 2-4-1.
Yeah, I just didn't want to. I'm probably not going to bet against him, so I'm not going to pick somebody else in the race. I went 2-1-7.
Pink Lloyd, the big name on Woodbine Mile Saturday on the main track, looking to go 6 for 6 this year and a remarkable 22 for 27 lifetime. He runs in race number 3, the Grade 3 Bold Venture, and it has an approximate post of 2:14 Eastern. Good luck.